Hello everyone. In this video, I wanted to talk about sensing energy or being sensitive to energy. In the so-called process of awakening, there are many things that happen, many processes you go through, and one of them is becoming more sensitive to energy, your own and of the environment and other people. This is a spontaneous video recorded in wilderness of Slovenia. So apologies if the quality is bad, especially the voice quality. So I will share my experiences, what I went through, and how I even became aware that I am starting to become very sensitive to energy of other people and the surroundings, because it took me like quite some time, maybe half a year, to even realize that I'm starting to feel other people. So I've been on this spiritual path. I don't even like the name anymore, but let's say on this path of spirituality, of consciousness evolution for over a decade, if not my whole life, depends how you want to look at it. And at some point, I started being very sensitive to other people's energies and surroundings. How I realized that is interesting, and I wanted to talk about it because maybe you are going through that, or if not, you will at some point go through that. Especially if you're watching this, it means you're interested in this, so it will either happen to you, is happening to you, or has happened to you, and it's an ongoing process. So maybe you will learn something from what I have to share. I will start with a specific example of going to parties, or actually going to techno clubs. When I met my wonderful girlfriend, we started going to some techno clubs and listening to electronic music, music festivals, because we just enjoyed dancing and moving, being in the flow. It's a great way to get into a meditation. I think that dancing is a natural meditation. But my point is that I've been going to these places for maybe a year, and I had enjoyed them without any problems. And at some point, I just couldn't enjoy it anymore, because whenever we went, it was... I couldn't get into the zone, because I was dealing with some thoughts, mostly negative thoughts, and also feeling like I'm feeling all kinds of emotions. And I didn't realize that, it didn't even occur to me that it might be from other people. And I just assumed that it has to be something within me. And I would just believe it, probably, if it wasn't for the fact that for around a year, I was going and enjoying such places and music without bigger problems. And suddenly, out of nowhere, I realized that wherever I go, I just can't deal with that. I just can't stand it. And even at some point, after an hour of a music festival, which was pretty dark, it was outdoor music, electronic music festival, but it was outdoors. I just had to, after an hour, go to my car, and to my own surprise, I started praying for these people. And praying, especially for other people, is not something I do. It just came to me spontaneously. And I didn't pray for them to, they should get better or whatever. I just pray that they will find what they are looking for, that they will get the love that they deserve, and so on. And after that prayer, I get a huge relief, but I still didn't want to go back. I went home. So how did I even realize that this is what's happening to me? Fortunately for me, my girlfriend is also very sensitive. She became sensitive around the same time, because we are in this process, on this path together, which is a wonderful thing. And at some point, I started noticing some patterns, and we started testing things. So whenever we went to some places or met some people, sometimes after I would ask, how did you feel, or how are you feeling right now? And we started doing some interesting experiments. For example, when a situation was about to unfold, or we were supposed to go somewhere, I would look how I feel about it, and I ask her, How does she feel about it? And sometimes, well, usually it was the same or very, very close. And sometimes it came with a very specific symptoms. For example, we did an experiment that I said, you know, we have to go there and there. How are you feeling about it? If you focus on it, what do you feel? And both of us felt the same emotions, but also felt some, maybe not pain, but pressure on the left side of ribs. That's very weird. And then we switched back. Okay, let's think about something pleasant, some other scenario. And then it was like, went away. And then let's go back again and focus on that place. And we started feeling that again. And after that, we did a lot of experiments like this. For example, there are sometimes stone circles, not so far where I live, which usually are just stones put on a graveyards, or these places are supposed to be some, vortexes of energy, whatever. And we did those experiments that we went to multiple those places, and we compared how we feel. And that made me realize, oh, damn. So it's not necessarily mine. And that was a huge relief because, like I said, I've been on this path of awakening spirituality for over a decade. And I was very good. I'm still very good at spotting my own stuff. I've been doing inner work and identifying my own processes, my own ego problems, my own beliefs for many years. So, I was used to that. If I feel a specific way, I can go inside, look, and identify what's the source of this. But after many years of doing that, when I was, let's say, mostly cleansed, not necessarily perfect, but most of the stuff of this nature was gone, I was shocked because sometimes I would feel all kinds of feelings and even have thoughts that are weird, like, oh, these are negative thoughts. Where are they coming from? I don't get it. And when I realized after all this, what I'm talking about, that it's actually energy of surrounding and other people, it was a huge relief because it helped me understand that I'm not a mess. At some point I thought maybe I have become a huge mess, or kind of bipolar or something. So maybe you're going through that. So if you are contemplating or wondering if what you feel is yours, I have some tips. First of all, try to find some quiet, alone space. Ideally in nature, but not necessarily. Maybe just even take a walk in the evening, or just be someplace alone and relax a little bit, breathe, just be present, and see if whatever you felt is still there. Let's say you're feeling maybe some kind of anxiety or some thoughts of not being good enough. When you are in a specific situation, maybe you have spent some time with someone, move away to some quiet place, quiet time. If you can also go into the ocean, into the water, or in a lake, or even take a bath with ideally salt water, but not necessarily. The point is, create some space for yourself. Breathe, relax, and see if you still feel that. And I also have another nice trick for you that I have learned from someone. It's a little technique, not too complex, but take a deep breath or two or three. Put your hand on your chest or on your heart, and with intention say that what is not mine, I return. What is mine, it comes back to me healed. Or something like this. It's not about the words, it's about the intent. But you get the point. Do this and see if anything changed. For me, that's a great way to tell. And eventually, over time, you will become good. You will get used to it. You will get used to spotting what's yours or what's not yours. So this is what I wanted to share in this video. I hope it helped you. And if you have any questions or you want to share your own experiences with becoming sensitive or empath, then let me know. Cheers.